All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. This probably won't take the whole 30 minutes. But again, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to switch to PowerPoint. So today we're going to talk about LegacyFit. I'm sure you guys have been familiar with our vitality programs, also with Synchrony Fit. But we're trying to elevate our exercise and physical programs that we offer for our residents. And so the first place we decided to start at is with our legacy programs. And so we are going to be introducing LegacyFit. This is just definitely a basic introduction to this, but kind of give you an idea of where this is coming from. So we all know that exercise is good, right? I know that exercise is good. Do I do it enough? Probably not, but I know that exercise is good for me and good for my health. But there's a really big impact of exercise for people with dementia. This is a study, if you want to, you can read, but in this study, it shows that exercise is associated with, having better upper body strength. So that obviously helps us with falls. The more I have strength in my arms, the more I'm going to be able to move around. The other thing the study showed is that aerobic endurance really is great from exercise. And the reason why, especially in dementia care, that's really important is if my heart and lungs are working well, then my brain is going to work well. So aerobic endurance, having aerobic exercise, that makes my heart work better, my lungs work better, and then my cognitive abilities are going to be better. And also with exercise, you get improved balance. So that again, also then helps people have a reduction in falls. But really the overarching message here is that exercise and having exercise programs for people with dementia really improves the quality of life for people with dementia. So that's why we're taking a really good focus on having our LegacyFit program. So let's talk a little bit about the why. What works, what's broken. So the reason why, we talked a little bit about the benefits of exercise, but the thing with residents with dementia, they have two things that really work, and that is like their motor movements. Let's start there. So my motor movements will work well. Motor movements are usually typically brushing my teeth, usually walking in a room, turning a light on. It's just those automatic movements that we have that we really don't think about. So for example, if Heather was sitting here in the room with me and I took a ball and I threw it at Heather, Heather is automatically going to put her arms up to try to catch the ball. Doesn't mean she would catch the ball, but it's an automatic movement. So that typically works with people with dementia. Another thing that people can still do is they still can understand their emotions. So their pride is involved in that. And then also this kind of what I call social chit-chat skills. So for example, if I'm sitting at a dining table and I have 3 other people around me, if I might say, wow, it's a beautiful day, or you look lovely today, or thank you, or no, thank you. Those are just common little social chit chat skills. So those social chit chat or social skills stay in play. Problem with, for example, let's say you're doing an exercise class and you have a ball and you're just throwing the ball back and forth, people. So people with dementia will do that, and we may consider it exercise, but they're going to be able to do that because it's just a motor movement. They're going to feel like they have to. But unfortunately, when you have dementia, your frontal lobe is usually damaged, and in your frontal lobe is your amygdala. Your amygdala is a part of the brain where your fear, fright is located. And so your amygdala processes everything that you see, like things coming at you, and everything you hear. So if you're having an exercise program like ball toss back and forth, the residents are going to be anticipating that ball. They're going to have their motor movements that work, but what's going to happen is that's going to lead to fear and anxiety and stress, because I know that the ball's coming, I'm able to do it, but I'm not able to control exactly what's happening. And so with that ball movement, you might see your residents doing it, but after that exercise class, they're going to feel anxiety, they're going to feel stressed. So we have to remember that it looks like an exercise, that's a good exercise program, but really because of that fear, fright response, it's can be a very stressful situation. So we want to get to exercises that really help our residents with dementia. So, and I know some of you guys do these exercises already. We want to do chair exercises, simple seated exercises that really focus on enhancing strength and flexibility. I've been in a couple campuses that do really good chair exercises with dumbbells. I've seen them with Dynabands. Also some with like therapy balls. And so, a lot of good exercises can happen just from being seated in a chair. Walking groups, obviously getting outside and walking is so good for somebody with dementia, not just about, the heart and lungs of helping that person. It's also about being outside, getting that vitamin D. I've had residents that weren't speaking, but once we went outside and went for a walk, they then were able to have some conversations and at least use that social chit chat skill and say, wow, so pretty, the weather's great. Some other good exercises are yoga, Tai Chi even, really helps with the balance, flexibility. These can be done in a chair as well, but also it's that relaxation, that mindfulness, which can be very calming to the mind, especially a mind that doesn't work 100% like it used to. Obviously, dance programs, fantastic, just simple rhythmic movements really help boost that mood. And I was talking yesterday with a group, and music is so, so important because that is one of those retained abilities, comprehension of music, understanding of music. That is an ability that's maintained with somebody with dementia for a very long time. So any kind of dance program we can do is fantastic for exercise. Balance coordination exercises. We're going to see we have balance fit. Again, these really help improve stability and really help with preventing falls. There is a part of your brain in your parietal lobe that helps with balance and coordination. That also is something that people are able to do. That's why you'll have somebody with dementia who likes to walk and walk and walk around because they're using what they're able to do. And we want them to maintain that balance and coordination. So these are really good exercise programs for them. Group fitness classes, we really want to look at our residents. What did they used to do for exercise before living with us? Let's get back to what they used to do. We want to have classes that are designed for people with dementia. It really helps them feel structure and have that socialization skill when they're participating in a group and learning how to exercise together. But then also it's very helpful because it also ties into all of those benefits that we were talking about in the beginning. So let's look at some exercise supply examples. So when we think about exercise, obviously, I could sit in a chair and reach up and down, but if I had some, like for example, in the bottom here, these are wrist weights. They're like half a pound. So if I'm lifting my arms up and down, I'm still doing the same exercise, but I'm adding some weight to it. We talked about dance movement. You can get ribbons and do rhythmic dancing with ribbons. Again, these are also examples. Dynabands, hand weights, resistables. One of my favorite ones, especially for coordination, is these small handball that you see up here on the top. You can have those small stress balls, hold them, squeeze them, and that really helps with flexibility, helps loosen up those joints and helps with arthritis and pain. And there's multiple different exercises you can do with all of this equipment. Now, if you feel like you need exercise supplies to help build these classes, then definitely you want to reach out to your life enrichment support person, and they can help you out. So what is our goal of this? What's a goal of LegacyFit? First of all, we want to have purposeful exercise. People with dementia can still maintain those long-term memories. So the exercise programs that they used to do, we want to continue to do that. So when we do exercise programs such as just ball toss back and forth or kicking a ball back and forth in a circle, or even like balloon volleyball with pool noodles. Those necessarily aren't the exercises people were doing before moving into our communities. Those are exercises they're doing because they're living in a nursing home setting. So we want to get back to this purposeful exercise. We want to have physical activities that are typically structured, goal-oriented, and suitable for adult participants. Again, getting back to what they used to do. It's a more intentional and a very disciplined approach to physical activity. So how we're starting this and kicking it off, you might have seen in your daily rhythms, the vitality change where we had Synchrony Fit classes offered. When we took the Synchrony Fit classes and we designed them into LegacyFit. So basically, it was taking the information we already had, but then changing it so a life enrichment associate would be able to follow the instructions and be able to lead the group in a way for somebody with dementia. So that might be using smaller sentences, right? Maybe less words, more actions, and just changing the way the exercises that were offered in Synchrony Fit can be offered for somebody with dementia. So basically, you've seen all of these classes here listed on the left, the balance, boxing, dance. We just took all of these classes that we already have and made them so they are dementia friendly and they are helpful to our residents that are living in Legacy. However, even if a resident doesn't live in Legacy and you have, maybe an assisted living or health center that has a lot of people with dementia that are living there successfully, you could still offer these classes throughout the campus. The other thing is that, as you can see over here on the right, the format has not changed. So we still have a list of what the supplies are, the room set up, what's the reason for the class, and then the activity will be listed, and it's still categorized by people who may be earlier on in their disease process and then people who are in the later part of their disease process. So the format stays the same. It's more the activity is what has changed. And it's really just mild tweaking where it shows that exercises that can help people with dementia specifically. So that's where we're going to. That's how we've taken Synchrony Fit, moved it into LegacyFit. If you have any questions about having these exercise classes or physical programs for your residents with dementia, or if you need supplies, always contact your LES. They are there to support you and help you.